On this episode of inCycle, hockey player turned biker Marie-Soleil Blais moves from rink to road.
I always had this interest for cycling, but I would play like team sport. And then with injuries, I started to use the bike more and more.
With Grand Tour season well underway, Nicolas Roche discusses his domestique role in preparation for the Tour de France.
I've been in support of some of the top riders in the peloton or some of the best Tour de France contenders.
But before all of that, we're with Bora Hansgrohe and Peter Sagan. One is the best rider of his generation. The other is a steadfast domestique whose flamboyance off the bike is matched by his dependability on it. Peter Sagan and Daniel Oss's cycling friendship was built long before either obtained the renown they have today.
But really, the first time I was at Tour de Pologne, and I was there at dinner with my teammate after the stage. Our team manager, introduced Peter, like, maybe next year this guy will be part of us. And they say, who is this?
2010 in Liquigas, in the first team what I joined. Well, I didn't speak very good Italian. Then I was still, a young guy, and Daniel was a very good teammate, and he started, also speak with me and help me with the words and, correct me when I said something wrong.
After a couple of training, I understand that a champion came up.
That early friendship, though, would first be tested after 3 seasons together, when Oss departed Liquigas to join BMC.
That time it was period that I was still young, Daniel was young, and he had just better opportunity, to be in the team that he could also do his own race, maybe own sprints, something like that. That I think he just took opportunity what he got, and I was not sad. I was happy for him.
Sagan would go on to take his own opportunities. Over the next 4 seasons, the Slovakian would chalk up some 64 race wins, including 3 World Championships and 4 green jerseys at the Tour de France. Oss, on the other hand, found leadership chances hard to come by amongst a stacked BMC lineup, but firmly established himself among a fearsome classics team built around Greg van Avermaet.
It was a new challenge for me. It was really important to find old friends like Bodna, like Peter for sure, Uri, and other people, and I felt immediately home. It's not easy to change team and find immediately this feeling, and I was lucky.
With Oss's love of all things rock and roll and Sagan's reputation as cycling's greatest showman, it's perhaps not surprising that the two have become such good friends. It's a friendship established off the bike, but solidified on it.
What do we speak about? I don't know. A lot of things, but better don't say it in camera. No, I'm just kidding.
We listen kind of same music, we always speak about movies.
I'm not with him in the room because I am with my brother, but yeah, we are together for a breakfast, dinner, on the training,
Also the mentality about life and about how we like to race is almost the same, so we like to interact and sharing opinion about everything that means also. We have this kind of mentality to push ourselves always for something bigger.
What is special about Daniel, I think that he going to do always his maximum for me, and that I very appreciate that he believes much more maybe in me than in him. just doing everything just, you know, to let me perform also my maximum.
After the race, while Sagan fulfills his duties as a hero, Oss gets to stand back and contemplate his friend's life as a megastar.
For sure, sometimes you find so many people, so many fans, so maybe sometimes you feel like, you know, leave me alone. But he's a normal person, he is human, so that means he likes to also have private life, and that means. But I really believe he likes people, even in the race, over the race, but you know, after we are tired and we just want to relax.
At 30 years of age, Marie-Soleil Blé is not your typical neo-pro. A former professional ice hockey player back in her native Canada, the Astana rider's journey to the UCI Women's World Tour has been unique and a very long time in the making.
I always loved to ride my bike, but I came from a hockey family in Quebec, Canada. So I started playing ice hockey first, and then I would ride my bike for training, and then I started watching the Tour de France. I always had this interest for cycling, but I would play like team sport. And then with injuries, I started to use the bike more and more. And then after university, I started racing at 23, 24. And I loved it. I still wanted to be an athlete, and I loved the competition. So then I started moving up the ranks, and I made it up here. It happened when I was watching the Tour de France in 2011. I said, I'm done with hockey. I want to do something I love. Not that I didn't love hockey, but I came to a point where I did everything in hockey. I went to my limit. I went to the highest level possible. I played a few games in the pro, and it came very naturally. And the next day, it was clear I was going to start racing. I had no idea how. I didn't know anyone. I looked online. I tried to find a club. I joined a little club, and I started asking questions, and I figured out how do we race? We need a license. And then I never looked back. It was very easy transition in a sense that I did everything I wanted in hockey, and I was ready for the next challenge. But then learning cycling, that was really hard because I started so late. I remember it took about a year and a half before somebody explained me the fundamentals of racing. For about a year and a half, nobody explained, and I didn't know. I would just take the start line and just go hard and waste energy. So it was kind of a very long path.
That path eventually brought Marie-Soleil to Astana this season, but in fairly unconventional fashion.
Astana is funny, is one of the first team I knew about when I was watching the Tour de France. And I always been a fan. I think I just like the color, or just, you know, when I was young. So the first cycling jersey I bought like 15 years ago is an Astana jersey. But I didn't know anyone in the team. I found the email on the UCI website. I sent my resume. Hi, I'm from Quebec. I used to play hockey, but now I'm a cyclist. And hear what I've done, and we started to communicate, and I was able to join the team.
And with a handful of other Canadians making a big impression in Europe, the Quebec native doesn't need to look far for inspiration.
We had a training camp in Tucson with a couple of other Canadians, and it was the first time I trained, for example, with Leah Kirchman, and it was really good to talk about the racing in Europe. She gave me a lot of insight, and she told me to embrace the chaos in Belgium.
I didn't know Marie Soleil that well until actually this past December. When you meet her and interact with her, you can tell that she was a hockey player and that she can be more aggressive and has a lot of energy. So I can definitely see those skills from hockey transferring over really well to like bunch sprinting in Europe.
You know, in hockey, I wanted to make the Olympics in the last couple of years, but in cycling, I love to ride my bike so much that it doesn't matter if I can just be able to have time to ride my bike every day and do this for my life, to live being a cyclist. That's what I want to do. So I think being part of the team and just contribute to the team, doesn't matter what I can accomplish. I think just being here is really cool. That's what I wanted to do.
As one of the most experienced and respected riders in the peloton, Nicolas Roche is an ideal road captain for a Grand Tour squad. The 34-year-old Irishman has previously ridden in support of Alberto Contador, Chris Froome and Richie Porte at the Tour de France. And this summer will be aiming to help Tom Dumoulin win his first yellow jersey after being recruited by Team Sunweb.
I've been very proud of catching that interest from the team. I've been in support of some of the top riders in the peloton or some of the best Tour de France contenders. I made a choice a couple of years ago. I quickly realized that as a team leader myself, I was quite limited, and I found some excitement in being in support for those key moments with these riders. Sometimes when I'm in good condition, it could be in the mountains, but also a lot to do pre the mountains, just make sure they're safe during the day and looking after the team and being a bit of a road captain on the way too. I've really enjoyed it and got some good satisfaction out of it.
Nicolas Roche, a brave man, stage winner on the Vuelta Tour of Spain, of course, in the past, and he's shown what he can do in the high mountains. Look at this, the Zoncolan, for goodness sake.
I thought that by going to a team and being in support of someone who's actually winning races for some part of the year, and then I would have the chance for the second part of the year, would be a perfect plan. So when Bjarne Riis called me in 2012 to say he was going to build a great team and I was going to be in support of Alberto in the Tour, and then I would get my shot at the Vuelta, for me it was a perfect scenario.
And the Irishman is looking to replicate that tried and tested formula with his new leader, Tom Dumoulin of the Netherlands.
I didn't quite spend too much time with him yet. We've had our programs were quite different. We just rode in Tirreno and San Remo together, but we were also in the camps at the start of the year. And I really like his style on the bike. He's a very classy rider, and the way he rides a time trial bike is just impeccable. As a person, he's really good in the group. I'm looking forward to get on to Grand Tours with him. I wasn't only approached to help Tom. Sunweb is a team that has said very openly that one of their main goals is to develop young riders, and they invested a lot in developing riders. And I think one of the even more important roles that I have in the team is spending a lot of time with the young riders. And I've done that in specific races, even the choice of my roommates and all that, and I was trying to give as much as experience back out to the younger riders, give them advice on the bike, in the room, but at least I can give a kind of a feedback on what I've gone through with overtraining, with undertraining, coming back from injury. I've been through so many experiences now over the 15 years, or race scenarios, that I try and give as much input as I can. I can't see myself without cycling. I think cycling is just so complete. Racing is one bit of it, and it's probably the one that not that I enjoy the least, but it's the ultimate goal for training and satisfaction, and the adrenaline you get from racing, you never get it anywhere else. But the coffee ride around the seafront and the social thing, because even actually when we're racing there's quite some social interaction, which is great compared to other sports. Every aspect of cycling, from the healthy part to the enjoyable part, to the going on the cycle path with your family, to the coffee stop with your mates in the winter, it just completes everything.
To win a Grand Tour, you have to be able to climb to the highest heights. Yet look around the top GC contenders right now, and you'll see a number of different techniques and approaches to climbing. With this in mind, inCycle asked a mountain goat well-versed in all things going uphill. Bahrain Merida's Damiano Caruso gave us his top tips on climbing.
Sicuramente devi avere delle caratteristiche fisiche, devi essere longilineo, leggero e poi devi avere una grande capacità di sofferenza allo sforzo, no? Perché le salite, andare forte in salita significa mettersi sotto sforzo, sotto stress per lunghi periodi, quindi devi avere una buona dose di masochismo quasi, perché la salita è sofferenza. Ma un peso ideale non c'è, chiaramente di media uno scalatore va dai 55 kg fino ai 70, no? Ormai siamo abituati a vedere gente, per esempio Vincenzo è alto, Nibali parlo, è alto 1,80 m e pesa 64 kg, quindi oppure tu prendi il classico fisico da scalatore colombiano, guarda, non lo so, Carapaz, sarà 55-56 kg, però è un po' più basso, quindi ogni fisico ha le sue caratteristiche, non c'è proprio uno standard preciso, chiaramente non può essere 80 kg per andare forte in salita. Per allenarti cosa devi fare? Devi andare sempre ad allenarti appunto in salita e ti devi testare tutti i giorni per cercare di migliorarti ogni giorno un po' di più, per salire un gradino in più. Ma questo cosa vuol dire? Che devi scoprire i tuoi limiti oppure raggiungerli e superarli. Facciamo dei training camp in posti dove è pieno di salita. Per esempio noi quest'anno per preparare il giro siamo stati ben 2 volte a Tenerife sul vulcano, sul Teide. Diciamo che anche quella è una caratteristica che varia da corridore a corridore. Ci sono corridori che preferiscono salire sempre seduti, oppure che ci sono corridori che stanno molto in piedi sui pedali. Diciamo che stare seduti in salita, questo può aiutare per consumare meno energia, perché tu muovi meno muscoli e quindi riesci a mantenere magari una frequenza un po' più cardiaca, un po' più bassa, e muovendo meno muscoli bruci meno ossigeno, che questo permette di poter prolungare lo sforzo più a lungo. Lo devi fare in base a quello che senti al momento, ascolti le tue sensazioni e se trovi il momento giusto, il momento che tu reputi giusto, in quel momento appunto attacchi, e io, se fossi io, mi alzerei sui pedali in modo per fare la differenza. Froome l'ha dimostrato, lui è un maestro nel fare questo. C'è il modo, seduto sui pedali, cominci a frullare, alzi la cadenza delle pedalate, innesti un rapporto più duro, ma questo implica di avere tanta forza nelle gambe e tanto gas da poter spendere. Non tutti ci riescono. Lo studio degli avversari durante la gara è importantissimo, devi essere bravo anche a capire. Un corridore esperto, attento, deve essere bravo a capire se c'è qualcosa che non va anche nell'avversario. Magari vedi un avversario che e da 10-15 km che è senza borraccia perché è rimasto senza compagni, oppure non si sta alimentando, oppure lo vedi pedalare male, un po' diverso dal solito. Questi sono tutti segnali che poi ti possono portare magari ad attaccare l'avversario perché in quel momento sta vivendo un momento critico della gara. Perché noi tutti crediamo che al primo sintomo, alla prima difficoltà, al primo sintomo di fatica, accenno di fatica, è facile dire basta, no? Basta, io mollo, oggi non ce la faccio. E invece no, è proprio quel processo, quella voglia di fare, quella grinta che ci metti dentro. Magari in quei momenti ripensi a quanti sacrifici hai fatto per essere lì in quel momento e allora a quel punto dici no, non può finire tutto così. Io da appassionato di bici penso che andare a scalare le montagne sia la parte più divertente di questo sport. Ognuno lo deve fare col proprio ritmo, senza proprio godersi la scalata della montagna, senza curarsi degli altri e pensare solo in quel momento a se stesso, alla bici e a quello che sta facendo.
That's all for now, but do join us next time. Until then, keep up to date with us on social media.